We are going to be doing a big old prime rib roast, and we're gonna hang it on my pit barrel cooker. I'm gonna show you how we do that. But first and foremost, let's jump into prepping this roast. So I've already done the prep so far. I took my roast out of the plastic, all right, patted it dry with some paper towels, and then we got to take a look at it, see what we need to do and trim off. There is quite a bit of fat and silver skin on this one that we want to remove and expose the meat for all the good stuff we're going to attach to the meat. And I'll go over the compound butter we're going to make in a few. So we're going to peel off any excess fat, heavy duty thick fat, and any silver skin you can find. Okay, so you need yourself a sharp knife. I'm using my fillet knife from Dalstrong, my Shadow Black series. This is kind of my go-to when I'm doing trimming. I just want to take off as much hard fat and silver skin as possible. So take your time with it, go up and down it, roll it over. You know, you won't have to do much trimming on the bone side, but you know, look for any scraggly bits, okay? Next thing we're gonna do is take the bones and split them away from the roast. By splitting the bones off the roast, I can put rosemary in there and get a lot more salt in there, and it helps add the flavor, okay? And then also it makes it a ton easier when you're carving this up after it's off your pit, that you can just slice it off the back and you won't have any problems. You don't have to sit there and dig at, you know, your hot roast and your hot bone or your hot bones, okay? Take that for what it's worth. That kind of brings you up to where we're at right now. The roast is just sitting, chilling. I put it back in the fridge for a little bit. On this one, we are putting it on the pit barrel cooker. We're gonna use some cherry wood in there. I think that goes really well with beef, and it helps kind of add a great color to it. For the seasoning, we're gonna use a little of this SPG plus butter. All right, it's a seasoning from Grillaholics. All right, come down to the kitchen island real quick. We're gonna build this compound butter, and then we're going to go get that pit barrel fired up, put the compound butter on the roast, and then get it hung and get it cooking. All right, team, we're out back. We got a basket full of coals. I'm gonna go ahead and throw that into the pit barrel, and we'll use our grill gun and get it fired up. All right, team, we got our grill gun out. This is a quick, easy way to light your pits. So we're gonna turn it on. Again, link down below if you wanna get one of these. All right, we got some fire going. Now let's get it in there. Start firing up this charcoal. Fire it up, baby, fire it up. We got some fire going. We'll let this catch in the middle. Throw some cherry wood in, and we'll call it a day. Okay, team, we're gonna go ahead and make that compound butter I was telling you about. We got 2 sticks of softened butter. We're gonna chop up some rosemary right now. Let's get the leaves off. I'm gonna get rid of the stems. I'm just gonna give this a mince. Go ahead and get this in our butter. We've got some thyme. There's always time for some thyme. And a corny dad joke, wherever you want. Go ahead, pull some leaves. You pull the leaves off. Take the stem, pull the leaves back. If you get a little stem in there, it ain't gonna hurt anything. You know, as I even got a little rosemary back in there. As Snoop said, no stems, no sticks, no steeds. That's a fair amount right there. Enough. In. Healthy tablespoon of garlic. Doesn't matter who minced it. We're gonna take a little of the rub we're gonna put on the roast, a little SPG with the butter. And I'm gonna put a mess of cracked black pepper in there. So even though that rub is SPG, I want some good hard cracked black pepper. And just give it a mix. Mix it until it's all incorporated. All right, compound butter is done, all mixed up, ready to roll. Now we're gonna season this up, and then we'll put the compound butter on. We'll go ahead and roll this over. This has been in the fridge for a couple hours. Let's start with the side we're not gonna present to the world. And you can go heavy with the seasoning. Make sure you get the sides. It's a big old piece of meat. It can definitely take it. Got it back over. We're gonna let this seasoning sweat in there for a hot second, and then we'll add the compound butter to the outside. All right, we've let the seasoning kind of set for a little bit. Let's go ahead and get this compound butter on. We're just gonna slather it all over it. It's a messy job, but somebody's gotta do it. And what's gonna happen is this butter concoction is gonna drip all down into the pit barrel and get it nice, get that smoke fired up on it, throw back an awesome smoke flavor coming back on it. And it's just gonna be amazing flavors for sure. Okay, I wanna make sure we get it all on the back side here. I'm not so much worried about the bone side. We can get a little bit on the outsides here. Okay, next thing we're gonna do is put our hooks in. We're gonna hang this right between the rebars. So we need one hook going, going east to west, and the other one going west to east, so it hangs on the rebar. And we're gonna put it right in the middle, okay? Make sure it's got a good hold. So you see this hook is facing that way. We're gonna put the other one facing the other way. These should latch onto the rebar. All right, let's go get this out on the pit barrel. All right, team, we're fired up out here. I'm gonna go ahead and get in this. I'm gonna get the rebar on. It's time to get this roast on. Okay, I got my Grillaholics gloves, the heat-proof gloves. I'm gonna throw a couple chunks of cherry wood in there. Next thing, we're gonna put our temp probe in the thickest part. Get that in there, away from the bone. Get that lid back on. Okay, we got some smoke rolling in there. We're using the cherry wood. We're gonna take this to 125 internal. That's in the thickest part, so that should put us right at rare, medium rare in that area. There isn't much to this one. I mean, it felt like a lot getting it ready, but once it's on the pit and getting all that good smoke flavor, you're solid, you're good to go. Okay, we're not gonna baste as we go. That's what all that butter and compound butter on there is gonna keep it nice and moist on top. It's gonna drop all that good butter and beef fat's gonna drop into that fire and then smoke up a little bit. And then perfume that meat. It's gonna be amazing, and that's some stuff I love about the pit barrel cooker. Now this is dialed in to 275, give or take, and that's how we're gonna cook it, all right? And that's it, we're cooking the temperature, and it's just as easy as pie. Let's check on it in about an hour or so. We'll keep an eye on the temp, and then I'll give you a look, and then we'll go from there. Come on back. We're about an hour in, let's take a look. It's looking dang good to me. Some great color on it. Nice, nice, I dig it, I dig it. Good flavors going on. Go ahead and cover it back up. It's temping out about 60 degrees internal right now, so we'll check it in another hour or so. Team, let's go ahead and get this off. Hit the 125, get a little closer view up on it. That's some great color. I love it. That bark is nice and tight. Let's go ahead and pull this out, get it on the tray. Go ahead and take this out. A little thermometer side. Got our tray right here. Look at that, looking damn good. Get it on the tray so we can let it rest. The crust is looking good, but we're gonna make it look even better by getting a little heat underneath it, a little hot fire. We pulled off the roast. We're gonna open up that pit barrel, take the rebar out. We put the grate in there, and then we're gonna let that fire start roaring, and I'm gonna put that roast on the grate and start kind of crusting up that crust, if you will. All right, so come with me back to the pit barrel and let's start building that crust. And I got these heat-proof gloves, so that's what I'm using. Give it a hot second, and then we're gonna get that roast on there, start firing off some of that goodness. All right, fire's hot, and we're just gonna go ahead and put this down over the fire. Whew. Sear up that bark real nice. Won't take but a few seconds. Take this roast off, let it rest. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and take these out, turn it up on its edge right here, give it that good sear. Man, that's looking good. Let it lean against the side of the barrel a little bit. All right, y'all, time to get this bad boy off. I think that's looking pretty dang good. Fine looking rust right there. All right, we're in the house. We're gonna go ahead and loosely tint this and just let it relax. And we'll cut into it after a good long rest. All right, team, we've let this rest for about 45 minutes or so. Get it off and get it on the cutting board. Time to cut into this bad boy. I got my big old Dalstrong slicing knife, little Quantum 1 series. What's up? All right, real quick, I'm just gonna take off one of these strings and we're gonna just cut it down the middle. And we'll see how we did. Right. It's looking a nice medium rare to me. Nice and pink in the center. Obviously the outside's gonna be a little bit more done, but that's looking damn good to me. I dig it. Now I'm gonna take the rest of these strings off. I just wanted to get that cross section. It's looking really, really good. Tell me that just isn't perfection right there. Beautiful. All right, I'm gonna take the rest of these strings off. Go ahead and cut these bones off back here. These herbs out of there. Put those aside until later. Cut these legs off. Cut the legs off. cut the ribs off. You guys like the end pieces? Or are you guys a nice medium to rare? Medium rare to rare. Tell me what you think in the comments. All right, picture time, and then we'll cut a piece off and talk about it. Guys, this looks amazing. I'm excited for this. It's medium rare for us. I know a lot of people like it pretty bloody rare, but this is just for the kids and the wife tonight. It's a little bit different when I'm cooking for them. I get it done a little bit more. That's why I cook it to the 125, and then the carryover takes it to like 135-ish, okay? So that's the way I do what I do. If you guys want it a little bit more rare, pull it at like 115 and let the carryover take it to rare. I'm gonna go ahead and take a little bite of the spinalis, that top rib cap. It's my favorite part. Oh man, that right there, it's such good flavor. Smoky, herbaceous from the rosemary and the thyme and the garlic on there. Oh, excuse me. Mouth is watering from it. Got a little bit of that salt and pepper from that rub we used and from the dry brine. Just seasoned all the way through. Very, very tasty. If you guys have a pit barrel, I recommend that you do it like this. Hang it, let everything just kind of drain down onto that fire, to those coals, and let that steam, smoke permeate your roast. You won't be sorry. But as far as things go, we are done with this one. If you guys want to get some of the knives, the cutting boards, all the links will be down below for it. Check them out. Okay, that Grill Blazer gun, links down below. It's an awesome way to start your pits. Thank y'all for stopping by.